Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, not before time, to Doctor Who Reviews. We are looking at the New Year's special resolution. I had to apologise right off the bat. This was supposed to be done a few days ago, but I've not been well. I'm still not entirely 100% well. You might be able to tell from the sound of my voice. But we will deal with it as we get to it. So, yeah, resolution. And to talk about this, I'm joined by my two usual suspects, slash guests, slash whoever. Firstly, to my virtual left, he's the freshest motherfucker in Incopolis. It's Freezing Inferno.
Woomy, you broke the strong language tag immediately.
Why not? At this point, does it even matter? And to my virtual right, her New Year's resolution is to continue hating everybody. It's Kat.
Well, I mean, I didn't really have to make a resolution for that. That's just my life goal, so.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's an easy resolution to keep up.
Yeah. Although, really, a better New Year's resolution would be for me to give up chocolate, but I think that's... I don't know. I'm not up on the whole religious.
That's a bit generic, though. I mean, a lot of people try to give up chocolate.
I just know that there's a Wednesday where we celebrate Ash Ketchum, so, yeah.
Oh my god.
That
okay.
Or Ash from Evil Dead. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm probably going to do it.
And this just became the best introduction to a podcast ever. Right.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, it's safe to say there are mixed feelings about this episode.
Which is going to be a pretty interesting podcast, I think. I am shockingly somehow the most positive in that I'm resoundingly on it.
I was positive about it on first watch, although as you'll find out, I soured on it a bit on the second viewing.
I'm gonna cop. I haven't watched it since it aired.
I'm so mad.
But I wrote it down. My thoughts.
I think Kat's thoughts on this episode can be summed up in 4 words. Thanks, I hate it.
Yep, pretty much. Just like that time when one of my grandmothers gave me a lava lamp for Christmas. Thanks, I hate it.
Did that really happen, or are you just making that up?
That really happened. That really happened.
Oh my god.
Let's look at this lava lamp. So, what about resolution?
That's not a transition we can use. Come on.
Well, much like the lava lamp, I immediately threw this episode in the trash.
I guess this is a transition we can use. Good going.
See?
There you go. I am the best. Without me, this thing would fall apart. Just like it did for the last episode, which I'm still mad about as well. But I'll be good. I won't get into it.
I was trying to not get you to talk about that.
I won't get into it much.
Oh yeah, like I believe that. So there were 2.
Simply say that you guys have wanted people to show not tell, and as soon as they do, you immediately go up in arms saying they're not saying enough. We aren't getting told enough.
All right.
And that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
No, looking back, you might be right.
Thank you.
It did need a third person to hold that together.
Well, no, and mostly it just needed you guys to stop sticking your thumbs up your asses and actually realize what the hell I was trying to tell you.
Duly noted. So back to resolution then. We have 2 major plot strands. And we'll talk about the first one, in many respects, the more important one, was referring to the Dalek and the Adventures of Lynn.
Okay. It was
I mean, I wouldn't really call it the Adventures of Lynn. I'd more call it the absolute nightmare of terror of Lynn.
Yeah, the murder spree. The murder spree she's not in jail for at the end of the episode somehow.
Bad times at the LN?
She killed 4 people. I know she was under the influence of an alien psychopath, but she killed 4 people and there were no repercussions.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she didn't technically be the one to kill them.
Do you think that would stand up in a court of law?
Yes, because in a court of law, there is no such thing as aliens. So how are they going to prove that she was the one who killed them?
Okay. If that's the hill you want to die on, go ahead and die on it.
No, trust me. There are plenty of other hills I want to die on, but it's mostly in defense of this episode being absolutely goddamn terrible. My God.
Yeah. So let's examine
if cop cars have dash cams like they do in the U.S., they'd be pretty hard to explain exactly what happened.
Let's talk about the negatives of this whole Dalek plot. First of all,
everything.
First of all, the fact that the monster was a Dalek in the first place, because it doesn't really act like a Dalek for the first 2/3 of the episode.
No, I thought it wasn't a Dalek at all at first. It was like, ugh. Wait, where's the Dalek? This isn't a Dalek. And then it's like, the Doctor's like, oh, this is Dalek.
I'm sorry, but your Dalek is in another episode. So yeah, Chibnall creates this new variation of a Dalek. He calls it a recon scout, is it? But its new abilities require a massive suspension of disbelief to swallow them.
Oh, it's not even that. It's just, I get it. The Daleks are a huge part of Doctor Who. They have to use them at least once a year, which apparently this counts, although I don't see how, in order to keep the rights to use it from the whole people who own it, whatever bullshit. I get that.
It counts for two reasons.
They keep doing this. I hate it.
Well, I don't hate it, but it's not the best thing in the world. The most charitable I can be is it's an idea that I don't recall seeing before.
There may be a good reason for that.
That's my problem with it. Like, you guys know about the sonic screwdriver, obviously. You know about how when it came back, all of a sudden it started becoming a magic wand, and then, the Doctor could use it to get out of any scrape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Daleks have become the sonic screwdriver, where now there's a Dalek hybrid, and they're going to combine with humans, and they're going to be part of this, and now there's these new 5 Daleks that are better Daleks than all these other Daleks, we promise, and they're going to kill all the other Daleks and be the Supreme. And then now there's a Dalek Scout, and it can disable the targets temporarily, and it can reform itself after being dead. We promise. Please, love us, damn it, love us.
So your issue is that Chris Chibnall is bullshitting the Daleks.
The constant retconning. I hate that.
Thank you for reminding me of season 5's Mighty Morphin Power Daleks.
I still, to this day, do not understand why people bitch so much about those things. Well, so what? Oh no, they're bright colored. I didn't get it.
It wasn't the color I didn't like about it. They were a bit bulky, but they were fine. They were absolutely fine. As redesigns go, they were fine, and it was something interesting. And, each color having a different...
It's like, oh, we have this old enemy that is a classic. We have to absolutely abuse it in every single way possible. You know what? I can sum this up for you. They're the Pyramid Head of this series.
Oh, good shout.
How as soon as Pyramid Head showed up in Silent Hill 2, all of a sudden it's fucking everywhere.
Great shout, that, with Pyramid Head. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for Chibnall expanding the lore behind the Daleks, but your lore expansion needs to make sense for the monster in question. So here we have a Dalek mutant, out of its casing, that can somehow regenerate itself, despite being split into 3 parts, despite being buried for thousands of years, despite there being no suggestion of this at all before today.
Look, we lived through the Moffat era, and I liked the Moffat era. I can deal with a little bullshit now and again.
This is more than a little bullshit, my friend.
Ramping it straight up to 11. I mean, we're supposed to believe that somehow this one Dalek can not only recall its own pieces of itself, but it can also remotely, with absolutely no technological help whatsoever, somehow psychically disable the TARDIS from following it?
And can somehow hack into GC8 into the Black Archive from a laptop despite being dead for thousands of years and showing no signs of trauma whatsoever.
Plus, I mean, look, okay, we can assume that it got some information from Lynn. It, like, stuck itself into her spinal cord or whatever the hell it did. So we can assume that it got some information from her. She's, what, an archaeologist? She's not going to know how to hack computers.
Yeah.
That's one hell of a way to go. That's like jumping the shark moment right there. It's like, ugh.
And there's another problem as well, because what do they use to reactivate the Dalek third, for want of a better term?
Ultraviolet
UV lights.
Which would sterilize it. It wouldn't rejuvenate it. It would actually kill it off further. It would sterilize it.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a dumb science fiction alien. I don't know how much science really applies.
No, I'm sorry, but in your science fiction, sometimes the science is going to make sense.
It's like it had some chemicals spilled on it. I would have believed that.
Could have literally been anything else.
Had maybe like they somehow gathered up all the pieces somehow. Maybe like the Guardians had died off and people randomly dug up these things. And they put it into a vault and the three pieces formed back together. That I would understand. Just ultraviolet light doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
So we've talked a lot about the bad side to this. Now here's the bits I did enjoy about it. I quite like the possession angle. It's not Dalek-like at all. Right, it's more like Venom.
Yeah.
But I did quite like the possession.
Got Terminator vibes from it, actually. Well, aside from the possession, it's straight up just, I'm going to go to this place to kill these people, and I'm going to murder anyone in my way.
And I thought the actress that was playing Lynn gave a very good performance, particularly when she was possessed.
She did.
That moment where, like, she's in the speeding car, and the cops go to pull her over.
Oh, yeah.
And she, aka the Dalek, is like grinning.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was also one of my favourite moments, like, you are an enemy of the Daleks. How are you spelling that?
God.
Oh, and the unintentionally funniest moment of the episode was the Doctor calls the Dalek the most dangerous creature in the universe, and then we cut to the Dalek possessing Lynn, and it's wearing a pink bathrobe. That was great. I don't think they intended that to be funny, it just was.
Let's be perfectly fair. In the Harry Potter universe, the most dangerous creature in that one did wear pink, and she went on to go and not only put a scar on the back of Harry's hand, but also possess the locket of Slytherin, so let's be fair.
Oh,
Pink
God, she did.
Christ.
Pink can be evil.
Pink is evil, yes. Well, Kirby is a literal god of destruction, so yes, Pink is very evil.
Kirby is a fucking monster.
He is.
Also, if I can just say, if someone says that Umbridge is their favorite character, run.
Kirby will be responsible for the eventual death of the universe. I've got no doubt about that whatsoever.
And that's entropy. You're thinking of entropy.
It's the same thing. Entropy is Kirby's inhale ability, just magnified.
We're really finding more interesting things to talk about in this episode, aren't we?
Can you blame me?
It was a terrible episode.
I did like the possession angle, but I can understand why Dalek purists, for want of a better term.
But terrible, but also I honestly can't be bothered to really refute all of your complaints and shit.
I can understand. I can understand why the Dalek purists, for want of a better term, hated it. Because if the plot demanded...
I just hate it because they continuously do this.
If the plot demanded that there had to be a monster that could possess human beings and could hack into the government computers and could do all the things that the Dalek does in this episode, why not make a new foe?
Yes, I would have liked that a lot better.
Like
I hate it when people do it.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's actually a good point, Rainiac, though. I mean, he wanted to do it because, oh, shit, I need a big hook. Hey, look, I haven't done Returning Monsters yet. Look at that. It's the Daleks. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, I still would have been fine if instead of Tim Shaw, we had the Dalek last time, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe they should have included that as the big bad of Ramskur of Colossus instead.
Now I'm thinking about it, and Tim Shaw actually got a bit more mythic fucking build-up than the Dalek did. The Dalek is basically, like Rainiac said, just a bunch of unrelated, brand new powers and abilities and shit that are kind of wheeled out to be a little more than a reference at the end, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That kind of sucks when you think about it like that.
I also have a couple of problems with Lynn herself. Not the performance.
I mean, let's just compare this to that 11th Doctor episode where they find out that, you know, if you stare into the eyes of an angel, you become an angel. Or
oh, God.
Okay.
I liked, because that was something not only different and unique, but also it was legitimately terrifying. This can be counted as terrifying because, you know, it's a Dalek, you know, the human, but they've changed Daleks and added so many times that it's just annoying.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny you bring up Time of the Angels because that's the point where a lot of people think that's where the Weeping Angels jumped the shelf.
No, it was when they started moving on screen that they jumped the shelf.
That's the same
episode!
Yeah,
I know. I'm saying it's later or different parts.
Yeah, okay, that's the second part. Flesh and Stone.
Yes. And yeah,
that I didn't like, but for me, I guess the Angels really didn't jump the shark until Take Manhattan.
Oh,
the Statue of Liberty.
Oh my God!
Okay. Oh God, yeah.
Like
okay,
even that, like Moffat, I love you, but that. Come
that
on,
one,
no, buddy.
We lost 2 companions for that bullshit.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have a couple of problems with Lynn herself. Again, not the actress's portrayal of her, but
look, realistically, on the show, have we ever criticized a performance that wasn't A, a child actor, or B, Alan Cumming?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm coming around to Alan Cumming's portrayal of King James the First.
Do I have to come over there and smack you back to your senses?
No.
So what don't you like about Lynn, the character?
Well, 2 things really. One, what kind of idiot sees strange goo on the wall and touches it immediately?
Like everyone in every horror movie ever?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And indeed, hey, Rainiac, you ever see the third Doctor story, Inferno?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you've got me there.
Remember how that started?
Yeah, you got me there, and Inferno's good. Inferno's good. But
let's put it this way: if any human character in a sci-fi plot sees random goo on the wall, they're immediately going to go over and either touch it or lick it.
Yeah,
that's just the way humans are.
And the other thing, which was more annoying to me, was the completely forced bit about the other archaeologist having a crush on her.
Oh God, yeah.
Purely so that he had a reason to care when she disappeared.
And he didn't need a reason because they were friends?
That is so lazy writing, though.
That whole time that they were talking about how they kissed, but what did it mean? I was like, okay, one of you two is going to die or something. Something bad's going to happen to you guys.
And maybe while I like her, it should have been Lynn, but we'll get to that when we get to the resolution of the episode. I can't even remember the guy's name without looking it up. Mitch. His name is Mitch.
I couldn't remember his name.
That's how forgettable he is.
He's just the guy. I almost call him the friend zone guy, except they actually are probably getting together.
At the end, they do get together. Yeah.
There you go.
Really sad. I remember call center Polly more than I remember.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get to that. Aren't we?
I just love the fact she was credited as call center Polly. Not call center worker or woman on telephone. Call center Polly.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the symmetry though that we've got the Doctor taking a female form for the first time, and now we've got her most established enemy taking female form.
Symmetry? I think you mean a different word.
Why did you sing that?
Because I'm nearing you, fuck.
Well, I mean, when Lynn first discovered the Dalek was on her back, she was looking in a mirror, so...
Yeah.
Hey, Doctor Who mirror alert.
Someone's been taking notes.
I'll have a bigger one later when we talk more about the Dalek.
I'm so proud someone's actually been learning from our podcast.
The one thing I liked was on Twitter someone posted, who wore it better? And there's 3 screen caps. Yes. Lynn with the Dalek on her back, Sarah Jane with a Metabila spider on her back, and Donna with that, like, mutant
the time
beetle thing from Turn Left on her back.
Well, I don't know who wore it better, but I know who fought it off better. Lynn.
Yeah.
I love the fact she actually
slamming her back into things.
Yeah, for once, somebody actually who's got something attached to their back shows self-awareness and launches themselves into the wall to hurt it. Bonus points.
Did that really do anything, though?
It got it off her back.
Well, it was about ready to get back into its little case anyway,
yeah.
I think.
At which point it didn't immediately kill Lynn, which it should have done.
Which, yeah. That's a bit of an ass pull. Yeah, it's a Dalek. It should have done. But, I mean, if you wanted to keep Lynn alive, you could have done it in a better way, but whatever.
Yes. Instead, she's just immediately let go of the Dalek's control, and then the doctor gives her some medicine that will give her a second head if she takes it with alcohol or something like that.
It's one of them silly little lines.
Oh boy!
Who even knows anymore? I don't.
I did really like though the bit where the Dalek makes a new shell for itself.
Ooh! Oh! Now I get to say it. Doctor Who mirror alert! Hey, you remember the plot? A woman that fell to Earth. There's this alien that's stranded on Earth, and they come back and they go all around, and eventually are running about. They're sort of like out of their own element. But then they eventually make it to a workshop and create new tech for themselves based on Earth technology.
Yeah.
So that's right. The Dalek.
Part of that scene, though?
What's that?
The fact that the Dalek didn't go into the band's bathroom and pick out a plunger in order to be able to put it on. I'm going to fix this.
Oh, is it time for Kat's? Is it time for Kat's Photoshop corner?
Here we go.
Boom, there you go.
And there it is.
Oh, wow, there it is.
And we shall... I'll do that later. So.
And I'm going to jail for YouTube crimes again.
Arrested for YouTube crimes. Don't worry, you'll be out by 2020 on good behavior.
Honey, like I said before, you being on YouTube is a crime in and of itself. So.
Wow!
Holy
shit is right.
Okay, but
honey, I don't burn people; I incinerate them.
Okay, but Dalek casing, I would have liked it to be more of a ramshackle piece of shit made out of Earth technology.
It's too well put together.
It basically is just it's a Dalek casing, but it's a little skinnier, maybe.
But I liked it.
It's a little rusty.
I thought it looked great. And for a one-off appearance, it's absolutely fine. I mean, if it looked like that from now on...
It looked too good.
They're not going to look like that from now on.
I was going to say, if that was the new Dalek design, I think people would rather be pissed about it, but it's not. It's a one-off. They'll sell some toys.
Better trash Dalek? Rusty. Rusty was a better trash Dalek.
Yeah.
This one looked better than Rusty, and that's a crime.
God.
They'll sell some action figures of this scrap metal Dalek, and it will never appear on the show again.
I hate this.
I mean, they've sold an action figure of Cassandra's frame before, so they'll sell action figures of anything.
I want this one to not be labeled scrap Dalek, though. I want it to be labeled trash Dalek, because that's exactly what it is. Trash.
When you think about it, aren't all Daleks trash? Really?
Here's
the worst of them all.
Sorry. Here's a fun fact about the behind the scenes about the Dalek. It was completely radio controlled.
Oh, so it was K9.
There was no human operator inside of it.
Is that a first? I wonder.
It might be a first. I think
I still wanted it to be more ramshackle.
I think I agree with you, but I think in the modern era, at least, all the Daleks have either been operated by someone inside of it or CGI. I think. I don't know that entirely.
I don't know enough about the behind the scenes.
Yes.
But
things really picked up when the Dalek got its casing made together.
No.
I don't know about that.
I love that scene where it massacred the army. We needed more moments like that.
I guess, but it's all pretty well stock. I mean, it is a Dalek story, so you expect it. At the same time, it's like.
I was just happy to see proper.
You know what? No. You know what? I have a problem with this scene. I have a big problem with this scene, and it starts with the beginning of the episode.
What?
What, the fireworks?
No. You forget the 3 completely normal humans from like the Stone Age who'd managed to defeat a fucking Dalek.
Oh yeah.
It was the year 1000 BC.
That? I mean, we can assume that obviously they
not
had
BC, AD.
Army.
Sorry, AD.
They had like a whole. Each faction had their own army, and there was a lot of people who died, and that I'm fine with. I understand, but they still had what? Spears and bows and arrows, and that completely takes away from this fucking Dalek, for one thing. The second thing is, how is it that they can defeat a Dalek, a single fucking Dalek, but the fucking army?
That's a point I never even thought about.
Again, that's that vagary. Apologies, Kat, for talking about show not don't tell again, but it's just that vagary that makes you go after you think about it. Wait, what?
Yeah. It does show in illustrations that they set fire to the Dalek casing, and that's how they beat it. But how the hell did they do that?
But what?
Yeah.
Unless they somehow managed to spontaneously create thermite and then completely forget how to do it, there ain't no way they're getting through a fucking Dalek casing.
I was going to say, did they just lure it onto a bonfire?
I mean, if this was a classic episode when the Daleks could be taken out by shit like rocket launchers, maybe you could buy it. But this is the modern era. You've had episodes like, Dalek, where hordes of soldiers have come at it with bullets and bombs and shit and have done jack shit all to them.
I'm going to say it right now. The best use of the Daleks was still in Russell T Davies' era.
Hang on.
In the modern era. In modern era.
What did Moffat do? Victory.
He did Victory, which was all right, apart from the
Asylum.
Outrage. Yeah. And Into the Dalek.
Magicians of Francis and Witches Familiar. Those were pretty good.
Yeah, the episodes were good, but I'm talking about the use of the Daleks in them.
Okay.
For me,
although I do like Your Sewers Are Revolting.
That was brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Witches Familiar has a lot of good jokes, but I having gone through the RTD era again, I can see where you're coming from.
I mean, Dalek is still a classic.
They do have this sort of mythic propensity to them.
Yeah.
In the RTD era that culminates with Stolen Earth and Journey's End.
I think they lose a bit of them.
It's the fact that they're so advanced. They have these weapons that can kill somebody, that can, Avada Kedavra somebody and leave a body behind.
They lose a bit of their aura in the Series 3 two-parter. They get a bit of it back for the Stolen Earth, then they lose it again. And I don't think they ever really got it back fully.
Again, I'd say Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar.
Yeah. And Into the Dalek.
You see my point, though, where it seems like the Dalek, like they gave the Dalek all these powers to try to make it seem intimidating, but because of the intro, it's not intimidating anymore.
I'm with you there.
It's a fucking Dalek. What do you need to do to make it intimidating? You do Dalek.
Well, one thing they did that was good, and it was wonderful to see, was proper exterminations again.
Oh,
they stopped skimping on the
Rainiac can't finish until he sees that green X-ray of a skeleton and someone going, "Arg!"
Well, actually, having said that, it wasn't the full X-ray. The body was X-rayed, but the face was sort of kept as it was. Which is an interesting twist on it.
So you didn't even get your full extermination effect that you.
But it was a proper extermination again. It wasn't just shoot the ground and it blows up near someone and they throw themselves to the ground and now they're dead.
Right, you must hate every classic series episode with the Daleks that isn't Remembrance, because all they do in those is they just put a little negative space around the actor, and then the actor just goes ah and falls down.
Hate's a strong word. Yes. No, I don't really. It's fine. I'm nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking. I know I am. But Kat raises a good point about that army scene, which I never really even thought about. Oh, by the way, I got to give kudos to the real life GCHQ, because the attack on them that was shown on the episode, they tweeted after it, "We're up and Riga, that attack." The real life GCHQ.
We're fine. Everyone's fine. Thank you.
So, well, that Dalek was a bit scary, wasn't it? But we're up and running again now, thanks. So, well done to the government.
Bob, but nobody likes Bob anyway.
Well done to the GCHQ media team. About the only time people will praise GCHQ, real or otherwise. No, they do a lot of good work keeping us safe. Except when they don't.
Yeah, the GCHQ, they do a lot of good work, except when they don't.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's right to sass on a government organisation on the internet, because they might
honey bunch,
it's not my government.
Go on. It's fine. Just sass away.
What do you think GC stands for? And don't say Gotham City.
I said it already. Yeah, I beat you to it.
I think it's government communications.
Right.
Or general communications or something like that. Anyway, the other subplot
I think it stands for good custard.
Yes, good custard headquarters. I like it. Trust a chef to come up with that. Anyway, the other subplot of this episode, and I think this one fared a bit better than the whole Lynn Dalek saga, was Ryan and his father.
No, it didn't.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, boy.
It did give rise to my favourite moment of the episode, though. The doorbell rings, Graham answers it. No, shuts the door again.
God.
He didn't have much to do with Bradley Walsh in this one, but what he did do, he nailed.
Oh, please, trust me. When we get down to talking about the companions, we'll talk about the one who really had nothing to do in this episode.
Oh, we're getting to that.
I wonder which one that could be.
Yeah.
Surely not the most underutilized companion.
It couldn't be the plastic population, could it? No.
But yes. Aaron.
It couldn't be. Let me check my notes. Yes.
Yes, it's that person.
But yeah, okay. Ryan's dad and this subplot.
Yeah. Okay.
Aaron.
8. God damn it.
What? I missed that.
Oh, Aaron.
Oh, God.
You haven't seen that skit? We're going to have to show that to you after.
I can guess what it's about.
It's a Key and Peele skit.
Oh, no. We don't really get that in this country. So, yeah.
We'll find it for you after the show.
The magic of the internet.
Can I be a little real with you guys?
You can. Oh, I think I see where we're going here. I might.
Oh, boy.
No, trust me. You probably don't. I might have told you guys this before, but this is the reason that Aaron really grates on me is when I was around 3 years old, my dad was stationed in, I think, Germany at the time. He was in the Air Force. He was stationed in Germany. And he sent a letter to my mother one day saying he wanted a divorce. He didn't call. He didn't come see her. He sent her a snail mail letter saying he wanted a divorce. Because he had been cheating on her the entire time. So, I don't have a lot of love for dads like this in any context whatsoever. where he just basically gets up and abandons his kid. I don't have any remorse for this at all.
Yeah.
Especially since he did not show up to his own mother's funeral.
The script tries to make it sort of a failing on him and give it a reason as, oh no, I'm the anxious one or whatever, which is like, yeah, but you're still fucked up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a severe fucked up. And it's like, I can see other people who do have parents, they're being a little more like, oh, but he came back for Ryan. He wants to be there for Ryan.
He wants to make it all better.
Like, fuck this guy.
Bullshit. He came back to Hawk a microwave oven.
God.
He did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I suspect that the sympathetic arc that this tries to play definitely falls on deaf ears for you, Kat. Considering.
Yeah, it falls on completely deaf ears. Like, again, I can see where it's trying to come from, and I can see where the people are like, oh, but he came back for his son. He still didn't go to his own mother's funeral, you fuck.
Yeah.
And he abandoned the kid for years.
And they do try to sort of
a sympathetic character.
Explain it away. And it just doesn't work. Like, I can understand if he had to leave because it just wasn't working out for him. I can understand if he had the anxiety about his mother passing away, but no. Actually, no, I can't.
No.
I mean, it gives him a reason for doing these things beyond just being an asshole, but he's still an asshole for doing them.
It gives him a reason. It doesn't give him an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. Well said.
One thing this does give Ryan some much needed character development, and it does pay off all the mentions of his deadbeat dad in Series 11, so for that reason, this isn't an entirely terrible thing, unless you care.
Oh, a successful character arc was woven. Well done. Yay.
There was an attempt.
There wasn't.
It was with the character that had the most screen time other than Graham, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It was, I guess.
And as I say, his intentions for being there are quite murky because he seems to be genuinely wanting to make amends with his son for not being there with him, but he's also trying to sell this microwave oven. So maybe his real reasons for its resurfacing are not that honourable.
Who even? I don't even care about this character anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'll say two things about him regarding him and the Doctor, which I did like. Ryan's dad paralleling Yaz's mum. She just refers to him as Ryan's dad. Although I think she does call him Aaron later on, but at first she calls him Ryan's dad. And then later on, that almost makes up for your parenting deficit.
I love her. Just put it on blast.
Yes. Let's talk briefly about the other two companions. Then Graham has some nice little moments, like with the door, the chair getting destroyed,
and introducing the TARDIS to Aaron.
Yes, that cabinet it travels in space and time. I mean, I love the fact he was trying to pass it off as a blue cabinet in the middle of the goddamn room anyway.
That said police box on it.
It wasn't next to a wall.
It was on top of a chair.
Well, the remains of a chair now.
Yeah. His favorite chair.
R.I.P. the good chair. Graham with a good chair.
Breaking out the Sarah McLachlan for a fucking chair.
I like Graham with a good chair.
We will now have 5 seconds of silence.
God.
And then Yaz, who does nothing.
That was 3 seconds, you disrespectful bastard.
I didn't hear, I'm sorry. Did you you say a minute silence for the chair?
I said 5 seconds.
5 seconds of silence.
Oh shit!
And you managed 3.
I will rectify that now. Right, that's enough silence.
It was 3 again.
No, it's 5 on my part. You interrupted me. Ha! Now we're even, asshole.
Christ.
And then Yaz, who did nothing.
I blame Discord delay.
Yeah, Yaz does absolutely nothing this episode whatsoever.
I think she phones a police colleague.
Again.
She phones a police colleague, and then she's involved in the resolution for the episode, because everyone is in the TARDIS.
Yeah, this is the worry that I had before, where they have just too many players to pay attention to, and they don't take the time to pay attention to all of them.
Like, honestly,
Yaz is the one that's getting the short end of the stick here.
But otherwise, it's like very underused.
Your theory that she was written in around the time of Demons of the Punjab is looking more and more sound by the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Considering.
I mean, honestly, it's really bad when you have an episode where you have a character who actually exhibits most of the right qualities to be a companion, and is better in that episode than the actual companion. I'm referring to Lynn and to Yaz.
And I mean, Lynn has murdered 2 police officers as the Dalek rather,
and a security guard and a farmer.
And well, I'm talking more about the police officers here.
Yes.
And is running around in the police officer uniform killing people. And Yaz has nothing to say about this to the Dalek?
No. It's like she's an afterthought.
Oh God, you mentioned that security guard. Dare I bring up the social media reaction to that?
I didn't even catch this at first.
Actually, before you do that, wouldn't it have been prudent of Yaz to be able to, I don't know, radio the rest of the force and warn them that a very dangerous criminal was in this and would shoot on sight? So then it would try to prevent more casualties?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, then the doctor might object because, well, Lynn would die and I can do this better. But that would at least give you something, a little bit of
you put more thought into
interaction.
That would give Yaz something to do.
You put more thought into this in 2 minutes than Chris Chibnall did for the entire writing of the episode.
Seriously, I'm available.
Oh my God.
I will move. Just ask, please.
Although you can say the other way that if you warned the police to go after her, that would actually lead to more deaths.
Yeah, but I'm saying at least then they could have had a discussion between her and the doctor about which would be the right decision.
Exactly. You'd have, like, character interaction. She wouldn't just be standing in the corner of the TARDIS.
I like Mandip Gill, but she has not been given...
Versus Yaz's training as a police officer in order to want to warn and
When we do get to the Series 11 retrospective later in this year, I suspect Yaz is going to stick out like a sore thumb as one of the weakest parts of the episode, of the series.
Well, she doesn't stick out during any of the other episodes except for...
Jesus.
Hi-oh!
So, dare we mention the poor security guard and the reaction?
Security guard Richard, we didn't know you at all.
Because, I mean, you can really see that there's some bullshit happening here. Where it's just like, hello, I'm a security guard. I have a boyfriend. Oh, I'm dead now. Like, for people who are angry about the whole bury your gaze thing.
What was the point of including that?
Inclusion!
Just make him a nameless victim.
He had a boyfriend? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, he literally said he had a boyfriend, and then 2 seconds later, kill him off screen.
I was so bored with this episode, I didn't even care.
He doesn't even get killed on screen, poor sod.
My only real question is why wouldn't the Dalek cut his hand off instead of dragging his entire body there? I know
maybe it cut his arm off.
Cinematic purposes, it's more dramatic.
Yeah.
But still, there's more chance.
Still, needless bury your gaze horse shit that upset a lot of people. Like, there's not even a point to it.
I would have been all for the Dalek getting its inner Simon Phoenix on and cutting off body parts to use on the scanner, but no.
Yeah. So, what else in this episode?
Oh, well, we've already induced quite a bit of raging cat, and now we're going to induce some more of it, because there were two completely unnecessary moments.
Well, I can kind of find one funny.
I felt that groan from here, Cat. My God.
Shall we tackle the one that I actually think is kind of darkly hilarious?
It depends which one you think it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
The unit one.
No. Refuse outright. Bullshit. We can talk about it, but it's not funny. It's not darkly humorous. It's bullshit.
Hey guys, you remember how Brexit is a thing? Well, here, Brexit's going to completely fuck up unit.
It wasn't Brexit. It wasn't Brexit. People made that mistake. It was a jab at austerity / budget cuts.
Okay.
Still, though, it was.
And then,
you can see
the
wheels in his mind.
And then the Twitterati went, "Oh, it's a Brexit jibe." No, it isn't. Not everything revolves around Brexit, UK political Twitter crowd. Okay, not everything. Get it together.
Either way, unit's gone because of financial bullshit.
All right. Let's lay this out. Unit's not fucking gone for good. Like, at some point, we're gonna get Gemma Redgrave back in and be like, "Oh yeah, we got funding. Unit's back. Now we're gonna stop these aliens."
So why include it at all?
Here's why it was included. Because Chris Chibnall was sitting here writing this episode and was like, okay, so I want this episode, I want the Doctor to be all on her own in stopping the Dalek. Oh, wait, what about Unit? I invented Unit. Austerity cut, Unit is gone, I can't get Gemma Redgrave and Osgood's actress back. Fuck, let's just do this. It'll be funny. It's literally just a silly gag to hand wave away the fact that there's no unit and make people. And I mean, here's the thing: even if you just didn't have that gag, I don't think people will be yelling about the plot hole of, "Well, why didn't the Doctor just call unit?"
No,
because they haven't done that in a while.
It's completely unneeded.
Exactly, and even if unit was included in this episode, everything unit would have done, minus having Kate Stewart and Osgood to talk to the Doctor, was in that scene with the soldiers. Bang, bang, bang. Oh no, sir, our bullets are completely ineffective. Well, we're out of ideas.
Guess I'll die.
I have a question.
Yeah?
Why did the Doctor try to call unit anyways?
For help.
To explain away that joke so that it's silly. Chibnall created his own goddamn problem.
There is a much better way of doing it, though. In fact, I hate to be like the fanboy for Russell T Davies, but he did it so much better to explain why Torchwood couldn't come and help Captain Jack in the series 3 finale. He had the Master send them away on an expedition somewhere to get them out of the way. Just do the same thing with Unit.
I mean, you know something else is that they actually did that. I remember another example is like in the Santaran two-parter when the Doctor is working with Unit, the Brigadier is in Peru or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Chibnall wanted to hand wave away why isn't he here, but he went a little extra with it.
Oh, no.
He hand-waved away 45 years of established canon for a joke about austerity cuts.
They're gonna be back, Brainiac. They're gonna be back. He's not killing Unit for good.
I don't care.
have a much better reason for Unit not being here. Kate Stewart went back to her home planet along with Poochie. There.
I don't care if they're going to be back, and I hope they are back, but Kate Stewart is one of the Revived series' most beloved characters now.
And Chibnall created her.
Osgood or the Osgoods now are similarly beloved by the fan base. Making them unemployed. Now I'm going to make this point. Making them unemployed off screen, just so Chris Chibnall can have a little joke about austerity budget cuts, comes across as unbelievably tone deaf. There, I've said it.
No, I perfectly agree. But you know what would be really funny? If the reason that they got refunded again was because the asshole from Arachnids came back and funded them.
Oh,
yes!
At least they'll give an explanation of why the Doctor because Web of Time bullshit.
Petition to get Kat to write for Series 13.
13?
I'll sign it.
12's already in the can.
All right.
And then I'll bring back Gus, and we'll finally have justice for Gus.
Yes, hashtag justice for Gus.
Okay. All right, so that one didn't work for y'all. I chuckled on broadcast, but I can see y'all's points. The joke that we all fucking hate and is absolutely the worst is the Wi-Fi joke.
Oh.
Who wants to explain the Wi-Fi joke?
I guess because you explained the unit one, I'll tackle this, although I really don't want to.
Right.
So, okay, this was included on face value to break up the action between the massacre at GCHQ with the Dalek and the troops, and then, the resolutions of the episode. But you could easily remove this scene, replace it with just about anything else, and nothing of value will be lost.
You could take it, you could replace it with a little clip of Potter Puppet Pals, and it still make as much sense.
Yeah.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Oh, God. Well, that's the subject of our next podcast, coming in 2019.
You know it's popular when even my mom can start reciting it.
Oh, my God.
There you go. But, the joke.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
So the Dalek has taken out the communications to channel it all into contacting the fleet, which is his ultimate goal. Contact the fleet, conquer the Earth. It's tried and tested. Don't break it. Don't break it. Never mind. Don't break it.
Don't fix it.
Don't fix it if it's not broken. Thank you.
That sentence sure was broke.
Yes, it was. and then we cut to this family who can't get Netflix anymore because all the communications are down. And the mother says,
and then, oh no,
we're going to have a conversation. What? End scene.
We have to talk.
This is, okay. So, I almost can understand in a twisted logic why Chibnall destroyed 45 years worth of canon just so he could conveniently not cast Gemma Redgrave and have people for this episode. This scene, everything communicated in it is communicated in the line, oh no, the Dalek is shut off all the Wi-Fi in England. It is only here. I don't even buy the whole, break up the action thing. This scene is basically, hang on. I've got the image for you. We're going to break a YouTube crime. We're going to have a YouTube crime.
Oh, boy.
Okay, where is it?
Okay, this better be worth it.
Oh, it's going to be worth it. Don't you worry.
Well, listen, I have been sent to and broken out of YouTube jail so many times at this point, I should basically be a lifer.
It's like your storm cage at this point.
Yes.
Bing.
Okay. Okay, yes. Yes, it is.
Yep, put it up.
That is Chris Chibnall on the scene.
It's
you
not
goddamn
even...
kids with your Apple droids, get off my lawn.
It's not even old Chibnall yells at Cloud. It's basically in the UK news now. There is an ongoing thing like, kids aren't active enough these days. They're always on their devices all the time.
That ain't just the UK news.
Firstly, that's not true. They're not on them all the bloody time. Secondly, change the channel or change the record or whatever. All the time. Jesus Christ. Report something else.
If you want your shitty kids to go outside and exercise, take away their goddamn tabs.
I feel so goddamn...
Can I just say also, that whole thing where she's like, we have to have a conversation. Do you even know what people use all these devices for nowadays, Chibnall?
Dumbass.
I'm in America. Radiac's in fucking England. Fresno is in Canada.
Not just England, fucking England. There's an important distinction there.
I'm so furious at...
Oh, here's another thing. Hey, Chibnall, what do you think half the goddamn audience of your show is watching the thing on? Because we sit down and watch it on the TV, but I mean, a lot of people will be watching it on their phone or their tablet or whatever.
Say it with me, people. Tone deaf.
I didn't want to go over to the other room and watch it on TV, so you know what? I fucking streamed it on my computer.
There you go.
The BBC America website.
There you go. I
got to watch on my computer streaming his condescending words about people being on their fucking phones all the time.
I can feel myself getting very hot in the face talking about this because I'm getting that angry about it. But
I'm not that steamed about it.
Can you imagine the excitement?
I'm fucking furious.
Can you imagine the excitement of being cast?
To describe how furious I am.
Just spare a thought for the poor souls playing that family. Imagine the excitement. You are cast in an episode of Doctor Who, and then you find out your only involvement is to be in this cringe-inducing scene.
Could be worse. You could be in Doctor in Distress.
If that were me, if I were one of those actors, I'd be calling my agent and finding a new one.
I'll just take that off my CV.
Can I get real again? Just a little bit this time. When I first started talking to some of my friends online, I would talk about them, in real life as well. This was before I met you guys.
Yeah.
I would talk about them in real life as well. I'd be like, oh, this person told me this funny joke, and this person told me this funny story. And I had people tell me to my face, oh, if they're just internet friends, then they're not real friends. You should go out and make real friends. I'm like, fuck you! These are my real goddamn friends.
Look,
I would die for these two people right here in this call now.
This woman here, she bought me a goddamn Nintendo Switch and Super Smash Bros. If that's not a real friend, I don't know what is.
Y'all know what this is?
People have this mentality. I hate it so much.
Yeah, they got my hand right now. Guess what? Little device I have in my hand right now. It's a PS Vita. You know who bought me this?
Kat. So don't you dare say, blinking boomers or whatever, internet friends aren't real friends. Fuck you.
I hate this mentality of the idea that because we always have at least a cell phone on our person, that automatically nobody's talking to each other anymore. There was a study done that shows that we're communicating more than ever just because we have this access now.
It's anti-millennial like bullshit.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to be the calm one in all this, but there are things you can't take.
I can go online right now to Twitter and I can tweet at somebody and tell them that they're a fucking idiot. And you know what? I'm going to do it right now.
Oh, I look forward to that appearing in my notifications.
It's a 50-50 shot if it's either me or you.
It's going to be one of us.
It's not going to be one of you. I know exactly who I'm going to send this to.
Donald Trump.
I think I know who it's going to be.
Is it Blaze?
No. Maybe.
Who?
Okay.
Who the hell?
Who?
You know what? Just continue on. I'll find it, and then eventually you'll see.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
To find it.
Let's continue on then.
So we talked about those shits.
Yeah. I think we've run that into the ground.
What have we got next?
It's the resolution to resolution.
What resolution?
The ending.
Oh, you mean Oh yeah, there is something fun to talk about regarding the defeat.
I actively wish that they would kill somebody on screen.
Yeah.
No, but that's sort of interesting in a way. Like a big frustration of this doctor for a lot of people. I mean, I've probably shared it a couple times. Is that she always lets her villains go instead of actively dealing with them or ruining.
Oh God, yeah, no.
And well, even with this Dalek, she's like, I'm this Dalek isn't stopping it. I gave it a chance. It's okay to stop it, right? It's okay to stop it. I can stop the Dalek, right? I can stop the Dalek. I gave it a chance. I gave it like 5 chances. It's gonna stop the Dalek. She's really dead. Like, I don't know what.
My God, stop being such a whiny little bitch and kill it already.
Yeah. Which there is some interesting thought here when you compare it to Battle of Ransker and which is that the doctor is like to Graham, killing this evil monster is only going to make you as bad as that evil monster, which is silly. And then in this one, she's like, I gave it like 5 chances. Oh, time to blow it out my fucking TARDIS into a supernova. You think Graham would call her on that?
I would like to apologize for what I said to you guys in chat about how, obviously it makes sense. You wouldn't want Graham to be just like a mess. I did that because blew that out of the water and completely ruined that argument. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is some sort of, finally, in that the Doctor is actually dealing with a Dalek by just violently blasting it into space.
But before that happens,
they
kill it with a microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I knew that damn microwave was going to factor into defeating the Dalek.
Check out the microwave. There you go.
But I thought maybe they were actually going to kill it in the oven. Like they were going to get it off Lynn's back and then throw it in the oven.
Fucking gremlins, this shit.
I don't know, but no, they don't do that. They take the oven apart and use the heat elements to cook it from the outside.
So they do microwave it.
Yeah, just in a different way.
So what thing do you guys cook your Dalek on? I do it for 35 minutes at half power.
Christ.
I love it.
You gotta love the gnarly calculated way. Like, there's no, I had to do it, I had no choice. As soon as that Dalek possesses Aaron and the Doctor's like, okay, I'll take you in my TARDIS. She is absolutely 100% planned out. I am going to fly my TARDIS into a supernova and open the doors and blast that motherfucker into space.
Which you should do with the Daleks. The mere fact that we have to go, oh, finally, thank God, at something that's so basically obvious in Doctor Who that you stop the baddest of the bad guys. I'm so worried they were going to try and find some way to redeem the Dalek. It's like, no, please.
We already did that once with Rusty. That was enough.
Yeah.
Rusty was a special case, and that actually worked quite well. But
that's good.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, we shit blast the Dalek into space, and Ryan forgives his dad, maybe, and helps him to save his life and shit blast only the Dalek out into space. Yeah. I guess.
Aaron doesn't die, despite the fact he absolutely should die.
Yeah.
Lynn doesn't die, despite the fact that she totally should.
Just this once, Rose. Everybody, wait, no.
No, there's a Dalek in a supernova.
And a dead gay security guard.
And human victims all over the shop. Yeah, you're right. So not everybody lives at all.
And a whole bunch. Yeah. Oops.
Everybody important lives.
Wow.
I would argue that Aaron is not important in the slightest, just because he's a deadbeat dad who doesn't deserve to be anywhere near Ryan. But okay, yeah, sure. Everybody lives, sure. Whatever.
But they really don't.
The Dalek gets shit blasted out into space. Yay. And everything's happy, hunky-dory, hooray, that's the resolution now.
You've got to love, haven't you, when this show ignores its own law, because how many seconds is Aaron exposed to the hard vacuum of space?
Too many? I don't fucking know.
Why did he not go blind?
Because Chris Chibnall doesn't care about continuity.
Because he didn't watch Oxygen? That's a mistake. That was a good episode.
Yeah, he should have watched it. Maybe he'd have more to say about. Yeah. Well, actually, no. I don't think I wanted Chibnall to watch Oxygen. I wanted fucking Ed McTeague to watch Oxygen.
Hey, McTeague did a better job than this.
I will give you that one.
Apart from the fact that it's evil, and if you like that episode, you're evil. So there is that.
I and others have issues with politics, but it's a better made episode of television. I'll give you that one.
No, it's okay. We'll just have to accept the fact me and Kat are evil. I mean with Kat, that's not that hard to believe, right? to not.
You goddamn capitalist.
I'm evil all the time. What the hell are you talking about?
You goddamn capitalist. But yeah,
it's only easy when you're evil.
So
I did like the power slide under the Dalek beam. That was metal as hell.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. I will say this, though. People were complaining that, a microwave oven, what a stupid way to defeat a Dalek. Excuse me, this is a species that's been thwarted by the following in the past. A baseball bat, falling from a great height, a robot that looks like Anne Robinson, and a haunted house ride.
Were they also confused by stairs for a point until they eventually figured out, we can hover up?
Yes, they were warned about stairs and they didn't listen.
Okay. I just have to give you a point for fucking referencing the chase. The goddamn Daleks getting their shit kicked in by a fucking Frankenstein and Dracula.
I'm sorry, but speaking of metal moments, elevate.
Okay, but let's be real.
That's
Remember,
amazing.
so the Daleks did it first. But nobody remembered that.
I know that bit's amazing too.
Yeah.
Oh, another way the Daleks were defeated. Donna Noble making them spin around like tops.
Okay, I am there for all of that because fuck yes to the Dr. Donna.
But the point is this: it's not a dumb way to destroy the Dalek. It actually makes sense. They set fire to the casing in the past. They set fire to the casing in the present.
They just did it in a different way.
In a more technologically savvy way.
See, and to all the people who are going to be like, well, why did you guys have a problem with the death of the Dalek from the first part? Because this was a legitimate, smart way to do it. Back then, all they had were sticks with little rocks tacked to the end of it. They were sharp.
It wasn't the Ice Age, Cat. It was 1000 AD, but
they had spears, which are sticks with rocks tied to it.
Okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Nothing helps me sleep at night anymore.
I mean, by all rights, I feel like Aaron should have been ejected into space with the Dalek because there's no reason the Dalek would let go. That Aaron was the only thing keeping that Dalek alive.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that.
Well, no, because he didn't want to kill off a companion's father to end the only episode we're going to get in 2019.
See, fuck that. Kick him into the supernova.
Holy shit.
I was yelling that the entire time, by the way, because seriously, I have no love for.
Well, just let him die.
You were like Senator Palpatine in Star Wars. We're talking to do it, kill him, Chibnall, do it.
You're like the crowd from The Simpsons. We paid for blood.
Oh God alive.
But no, I feel the story Chibnall was telling, he wanted a happily ever after type ending where everyone affected by the Dalek gets to live with no adverse consequences. So Lynn doesn't die, she's not arrested for murder, and she gets to form a relationship with the other archaeologist. Aaron doesn't die, and he has somewhat of a patching up with his son. That's what he was going for. Is that right? No. But that's what he was going for.
Wow, look at you. Wow, Chibnall went for a happy ending. That wrong idiot.
It's not the happy ending that's the wrong part. It's the fact that it makes no whatever. Who cares at this point?
Like he had a starting point, and then at the end of the starting or at the ending, there was a nice rainbow, and there was a happy little unicorn. And he starts running towards it, and then he trips over a rock, and he gets back up. He's like, "Oh, I'm fine." He runs again. He trips over a rock. "Oh, I'm still fine." He gets up again. He falls through a fucking gorge. Which was that stupid-ass conversation joke.
I thought you were going to say he falls onto the unicorn's horn.
His leg is broken. His eye is fallen out. He's
God!
I'm fine. And then he stumbles and limps his way over to the ending line. And then he gets run over a train just before he crosses.
Jesus.
Brilliant.
So, call me crazy, but I don't think you like this episode.
I'm a little angry at this episode. I don't know if you guys...
Shall we get to overall thoughts then? And,
please, Kat, by all means...
Release you two from your torment.
Don't hold back, Kat. Tell us what you really feel.
you're the host to this shit, Rainier. Shall we just go to overall thoughts and end your goddamn suffering already?
Yes, we will. So let's get Kat's suffering out the way first.
It's just an overall arcing shit show. I hated it so much. It's like, I knew that Daleks were going to come back because we had that stupid ass trailer where at the end it was like, exterminate. So I knew they were going to come back. But as soon as I saw the creature, I was like, there's no way that could be a Dalek. It doesn't look anything like the Daleks we've had in the past. It doesn't act like a Dalek. And then when the Doctor's son said, oh, it's a Dalek, I got so pissed off because it's just yet another retconning, yet another new superpower that Superman has, yet another gadget for Batman to be given that'll get him out of this situation. This Dalek is the bat shark repellent of the episode, and I hate
Wow!
Oh my god!
I hate this Dalek so much. I hate the stupid ass jokes that they put in with Unit and the conversation, and I'm not gonna get into that anymore. I hate Aaron's dad and how everybody just seems to hand wave away what he did, even though what he did was absolutely goddamn awful. I hate the ending where it was supposed to be emotional, but the entire time I was looking down at my phone talking to somebody because I had absolutely no interest in if Aaron lived or died or whatever. It was a boring episode. It was stupid. I hated it. That's
Don't hold back, Kat. Tell us what you really feel.
I would, but that would just be me screaming for like 15 minutes and nobody.
You were so angry that the silence. I thought that the call ended or something. That's amazing.
Mood. Okay.
Okay, Fresno, over to you.
I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. Like this is a show of varying. I frankly don't give a shit about fucking with the lore as much as you two do. So all the stuff where you're like, this Dalek is doing shit that I've never seen, bullshit. I'm like, okay, that could be an interesting idea in a better written episode. You can see on paper what is trying to be, and there are people who have played around and had wild theories for what was being attempted to be done here. But I know Kat doesn't buy into the whole death of the author thing, so whatever the hell Chibnall intended is what you ascribe to, and what Chibnall intended was kind of mediocre Doctor Who, which is a lot like what the other Chibnall episodes this series have been.
Yeah.
And the Dalek's back is pretty great, I guess. It's a Dalek, and it exterminates people. If that's what you wanted, then great, but it's nothing that's really going to save Doctor Who or nothing. If this was the finale, I don't really be like, oh, thank God, that was so worth it. Like, I expressed this when the episode aired. Chibnall was basically fucked with the fact that this is a one island of Doctor Who for at least 16 months. And I'm calling it now. Doctor Who ain't back to... That's my date for when it comes back.
What's your date, sorry?
April 2020.
I think that's being optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yes, we'll see. Time will. But for me, if the episode was shit, people would be like, wow, that was shit, and now we gotta wait 16 months for more of this shit, which I think ended up being both of your takes on it. But even if it was good, like amazingly good, to be like, oh fuck, well he finally got a good episode out of his ass, and now we gotta wait 16 months to see if he can do it again. So he couldn't win either way, and well, spoiler alert, he didn't win.
Yeah.
A lot of people really like it, but I don't hate it as much as you two, but I don't like it. It is balls to the wall Chibnall era Doctor Who, which is to say, perfectly average, mediocre entertainment. But that's not the Doctor Who I fell in love with, now is it?
Fair enough.
Can I just say, in my defense, I did not think about, the fact that we're not getting Doctor Who for a while. When I was watching this episode, I was just, I'm used to having a hiatus now, so I was just like, okay, we're going to get Doctor Who. So that was not my basis for thinking about anything, at least. I watched this episode based on its own merit, and this is what the reaction.
And those what merits, basically. Well, so, yeah, just to sum up, I don't know if I'm Chibnall era Doctor Who. I don't think I'm gonna miss it this year.
Yeah.
God, it's been mediocre. It's been mediocre. Everything from this series that I've loved, which is basically Demons of the Punjab and That Takes You Away, was done by people who were not Chibnall.
Yeah, and even the really stuff that wasn't, top draw, but it was at least interesting and different, like Kablam the Witchfinders, that wasn't Chibnall either.
Yeah. And Rosa, which is on its own level stuff, it had a little bit of tinkering from Chibnall. Well, but at best, you can give him 0.5.
And The Woman Who Fell to Earth is pretty good.
Okay, The Woman Who Fell to Earth is his best.
So 1.5. We'll say 1.5.
1.5 out of 6?
Yeah, that's not good.
That's still a failing grade.
That's really not good.
Anyway, Brainiac, get it.
Okay. I was going to be snarky and just say I didn't like it and then move on, but no. The first time I watched this, I actually really enjoyed it. It was New Year's night, the night of New Year's Day, so maybe I was, in a good mood, in a merry mood, shall we say. But when I watched it again, you start breaking this one down, it doesn't hold up nearly as well. The two subplots, the one between Ryan and his father, I thought was handled well, but I completely can see where Kat's coming from with her personal experience. And I like the scrap metal Dalek as a concept, but big minuses. Yaz does nothing once again, and considering the extended runtime for this episode, it was 60 minutes and not 45, that's criminal.
Isn't it longer than 60? Like, the episodes have been 50.
It was a full hour.
It was a full hour? Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a full hour. I enjoyed the Venom-like possession of Lynn, but it didn't really fit the Daleks at all. If you were going to do that, just make a new enemy, or bring back an existing enemy that those traits would fit more. Like, for example, an Ice Warrior. Just for an example.
Ice Warriors possessing people? I would think Cybermen first off.
Cybermen can't really possess... Well, the implants can't they?
Yeah, or
I was just spitballing off the top of my head, but the point is, those weren't
very Cyberman on the back of their neck.
Those weren't very Dalek traits, but the Woman Who Fell to Earth.
It's not the Dalek thing. If it was like the ones from I forget which episode it was, but the ones where they had the eye stalks coming out of their head.
Oh yeah, this time with the Daleks.
That I would have been fine with, but it wasn't that, so it's like. Bleh.
Yeah, the puppets, the Dalek puppets. The Woman Who Fell to Earth is still comfortably Chibnall's best solo episode, not counting Rosa for this series. This probably comes in second, and that's quite depressing when you think about it.
I'm honestly surprised you say that. I hate it.
Yeah. And one more thing I've forgotten to mention. I should have done this at the top of the episode, really, but at the top of the podcast. The whole Lynn being possessed by a Dalek subplot. To me, that's very reminiscent of a 10th Doctor novel by Gareth Roberts called I Am a Dalek.
I haven't read that.
It's about a Dalek that is apparently dead and in Roman times, and then it comes back to life in the present day and possesses a young woman, and it drives the young woman to do things like kill her ex-boyfriend, and at the end of it, the woman is freed of the Dalek's influence and the Dalek is destroyed. Does that sound familiar? Because it should.
Oh, wow. So you're telling me that Chibnall's grand one island deduction year is warmed over Gareth Roberts?
Well, part of it. I mean, there were some original concepts like the scrap metal Dalek and other things like that. But yeah, basically.
So wait, are you telling me that Chibnall doesn't have an original bone in his body? Gee, I'm fucking surprised.
Well, he clearly does. He wrote 3 series of Broadchurch, which is absolutely bloody brilliant. But maybe him and Doctor Who just don't mesh.
And this man fucking went on TV when he was like 16 to complain about Trial of a Time Lord not making sense. Fuck's sakes! At least Trial of a Time Lord has a more interesting coat. Okay.
And now people are going on the internet to complain about his writing. It's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they've been doing that since 2010.
So next time, it's fucking nothing.
Well, next time for us, it'll probably be the Series 11 retrospect.
It will be. It will be. We are going to do that at some point. I don't know when we're going to do that, but that's the most depressing thing.
New Doctor Who? Mm-hmm.
That's the most depressing thing about Resolutions. We're not getting any new episodes now for at least a year.
April 2020. Come on up.
You could be right.
Well, as the wise men once said, if we can't move forward, why couldn't we go back? So maybe we can fill in the time with classic Doctor Who.
That's not a bad idea, but that's more Fresno's baby.
No, I haven't done that in years. You get me on the show and use it for your channel. Like we'll do something. Fuck it.
Oh my god! Just when I thought I could get myself a rest for a year of Doctor Who, just when I thought I was out, you pulled me back in.
Come on, you know you want to talk about the twin dilemma.
Do I?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, Kat's got to get her money's worth somehow.
So Series 12 is currently in development. It's currently filming. We might get some details over social media. We might get some press releases. We might even get a trailer of some description. But that's not much to look forward to, is it?
Well, I mean, if we want to be fair, that's about, a full year of time for them to start leaking shit. So more than likely, they're going to leak shit out the ass.
Well, they're doing quite well with the leaks this year. Or last year, or whatever.
But they have more time now. That means they'll get more laughs.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. Thankfully, we do have a fan project to bridge the gap somewhat.
Oh, you're going to talk about this?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug the hell out of this. The Untold Adventures of Clara Oswald.
Yeah!
So this is a bunch of very talented people that have gotten together and they've taken the ending point of...
Hellbent.
Thank you. I didn't forget the episode name. What are you talking about? The ending point of Hellbent, where Clara goes off with Lady Me in the diner to have adventures, and these are the adventures she has. And it just looks really, really interesting. Sorry. I'm still not 100% well. I've done quite well to get this far, actually, without coughing
we
too much.
better wrap it up quick, but you know I'm all for this shit, considering.
Yeah, so it's the... I don't know if it's the brainchild of Caitlin Smith, but she's certainly involved in the project.
Caitlin Smith, the only Clara Oswald fan bigger than me.
We've talked about Caitlin Smith on this podcast before, but so she's part of it, and there are other very talented writers and authors and illustrators, sorry. Because I think it's like a graphic adventure, isn't it?
Could be. I was thinking it might be a podcast or something.
It's not a podcast. It's going to be released for free online.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
I think it's basically like, not a comic book. Graphic novel type thing. Online graphic novel.
Yeah, okay, a webcomic.
I suppose.
Maybe.
Whatever form it's going to take, I'm excited.
And unlike Class, people are actually going to watch this.
They've done... hey, our new commentator watched Class.
Yeah. So you watch Class and your new commentator.
Who claim to have watched the show.
Well, so, you say my new commentator, our new commentator.
Ooh.
Well, it's our podcast. I mean, it's not just my podcast. Yes, I'm the host. Yes, it's on my channel, but it's our baby. It's not just my baby.
Your cat. This pod is my cat. This pod is my cat. This pod's off now.
I think we need to wrap this up.
I was trying to have a moment of unity, and Kat ruined it with.
No, I got you. This is a collab effort.
It's a collaborative effort, exactly. Well said. So yeah, this has been Resolution. I'm sorry we got so angry for this.
I didn't get that mad. Y'all are the ones who really didn't. I blame Chibnall.
I'm sorry 2/3 of the podcast got really angry for this.
Yeah.
And I thought I liked it, and then as it got broken down during this entire recording session, I was like, actually, you know what? It's not that good.
I mean, maybe I would be on the same boat if I watched it a second time. I can't.
I just realised how goddamn boring was the Ghost Monument and Saranga Conundrum if this ranked second.
I mean, I'll take Saranga over this thing.
Really?
It's weird. At least it's weird.
At least it's got a cute little monster thing in it.
Which, as our commenter told us, is not the first time that onomatopoeia was used for a Doctor Who monster.
What's the other one?
The Chumblies.
The Chumblies!
They were named because of the sound they made moving along the ground.
Holy shit, somebody actually watched Galaxy 4.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is why I asked you, Frez, and then you failed me, so this is all your fault.
Look, I haven't gotten to the
This organisation does not tolerate failure, Mr. Inferno.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing I didn't fail then. Let's wrap
it up, Sharon. Let's wrap it up. So, we hope you enjoyed this far too late ramblings about Resolution. I am sorry, but I was not well. It wouldn't have been fair to do a podcast if I couldn't barely speak.
It's okay. It's only just all your fault. It's fine.
On this occasion, it is.
Oh my god.
I mean, in a way, it's good because it meant that I had the whole of Christmas before I got ill.
There you go.
On the other hand, it sucks because it was not pleasant at all. But we've done it now. We've got it out of the way, and now we can move on to Pastures New or Pastures Old with the Series 11 retrospective, whenever that comes.
And after that, our wonderful classic Doctor Who review of the Ambassadors of Death,
which we may or may not be doing at all.
Time in the Ronnie.
Oh, I know you're kidding me, but you get me on Time of the Ronnie. I will go to bat for Time.
Kat, this is not an auction. You can't put in bits.
No, I mean, I love Time in the Ronnie. It's amazing.
You can't put in bits to decide what we're going to review next.
All right. Hey, it's a collaborative podcast, and the majority says Time of the Ronnie.
Yes.
I regret trying to be nice earlier.
You've been voted off the island, Rainiac.
Oh fuck. Anyway, let's end this.
Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, all that Marissa says is that for the end of last year and the beginning of this one, thank you so much for listening to us. For all our viewers, old and new, and for the people that actually bother to comment on this podcast, it means the world to me, and I believe it means the world to both Freezing Inferno and Kat.
I'm amazed that people actually do listen to this shit. So good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, keep doing it. Spread it to everybody. Make the virus spread. We will take over the world.
Contact has been made.
No, but seriously, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You've made this podcast more enjoyable. You make it all worth it. Yeah, you made the anger we felt, 2/3 of us felt tonight, worth it. And I mean that sincerely.
We're not doing this for us. We're doing it for you.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll buy that.
This is not totally an ego trip for me where I get to rant about things that I have no idea about. Nope.
Join us in 220 cents, but we'll have a new guest as our third member.
What?
No, not really. No.
What?
But, no, we won't. We won't, Kat. It was a joke. I promise you it was a joke. I wouldn't do the whole bit where it said, "Oh, it's not just my podcast; it's our podcast too," and then say, "Right, you're off it now."
Fucking be a joke. That's all I'm fucking saying.
It was. I promise you. But I am going to be looking in the gap year, in the hiatus, to find ways we can improve this, like changes to the format, and see if we can get some guests in as well as you two. Not to replace you.
Wait, we're going to get you too? But he's already on my iPod and everything. I don't want any...
Get Bono out of here.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Resolution Podcast. I've been Ray, and until next time, whatever the hell that is, bye for now.